Okay guys, welcome. So today we're going to be talking about EA 24, and I've got no real plan for this video. We're just going to go off the cuff. I want a discussion with you guys in the comments. I want you to let me know sort of where you're at with this game, and I'll give you my perspective. I'm going to try and think of some ways that this game could be improved and highlight, the countless amount of issues that have gone wrong this year, because there has been a lot, and there's things that are holding the game back that I feel could be easily changed. So we're gonna get into it all, and let's load up Ultimate Team, shall we? If you want the cheapest FC24 coins to get ahead of the competition, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 5% off. Okay, going into Ultimate Team now. If you agree with any of the points I make, please do leave a like. If you are new, subscribe as well. I do upload videos, not normally rant videos like this, but ones that will help you improve at the game, which I know a lot of you are looking to do. Also, apology for my background. I do have a blue screen. I know right now it's going to look like I'm in a spaceship or something, or out in space, but yeah, I just need to change some things, but I think it looks quite cool with the beamer light going across. But let's talk FIFA, what you guys are here for, or EAFC, which, remember, was meant to be a brand new start. It was going to be the start of something fresh. The locks had come off. EA were free now because it was FIFA, remember, that were holding them back the whole time and forcing them into not as good a product. This is going to be a fresh start, and we're all going to have the football game of our lives. Wrong. It is actually, in my opinion at least, gone very backwards. Even worse. Countless reasons. We'll start with game modes because, at least for me, see, a lot of you will not know, but I used to play this game professionally. I was signed to West Ham United. I was playing in tournaments as an esports player. So my primary focus has always been gameplay. Like, I want to enjoy the game I'm playing. I do not want to sit on the menus, trade in any of that. I want to play the best fun football game possible. And when we're talking about game modes, on this account, as you can see, it's no longer touched. So at the start of the year, I did a series where I would play, Elite Division rivals, and I would try and show my games, but people aren't interested anymore because of the gameplay aspect has gone so downhill. So this account doesn't get touched anymore. I only ever play Weekend League for other people. So Foot Champs, the actual mode is probably the only thing anymore that I would even consider playing, because for me, I still get that competitive itch. I like the idea of going 20-0. I think doing 20-0 runs is quite fun. But for people that don't have that, most of you are just giving away your wins or not playing at all, which in my opinion says a lot about the game. When people would rather put their controller down or give away wins or anything of the sort, you're not even wanting to play. You might be there for the reward or for an objective, but you don't actually want to play. And it's like, I just think it's insane, because for me, I play a lot of Call of Duty, and I'm nowhere near the level on Call of Duty that I am on FC. But even when I'm getting destroyed on COD, for the most part, obviously there's frustrating things. Like, I'm having fun and I want to improve. Whereas on FC, people, the majority of the player base either has no incentive or just simply does not want to improve because they're not actually enjoying the game. They're using the game as a card collector, which obviously plays into EA's hands. But Foot Champs as a game mode has regressed so badly. Like, I know some of you guys may have only just joined, FIFA 22, 21. Foot Champs used to be it, man. I'm talking, FIFA 18 especially, and 17. If, like, the rewards were just on another level. Like, if you were a top player getting like the top 200 or 100 monthly, I can't quite remember which one it was, you were getting guaranteed monthly icons, like around 50 red player pick cards from the packs. And it was great also for content, because every month, you guys would have something to watch, and as a creator, I'd have something to put out where it was an insane video, to celebrate that month of Foot Champs. and it was like 40 games. It was a proper grind. I know not everybody enjoys that, but even little things like there used to be a thing called the Champions Channel where you could actually watch the top players' foot champs games from that week, study them. You know, you'd have access to all the replays. You would be able to see the scores before the game if you wanted to, and filter out a game you wanted to watch from your favourite pros. Like a lot of you might like watching Tex. You could just go onto his Champs channel, watch all his games from that week. Whereas for some reason that's been removed. Like, where is it? Why is a feature that we had 5+ years ago gone? Like, it actually blows my mind. Like, this game mode has actually gone backwards. It's worse now, 5 years on, than it was back then, which is mind blowing to me. You then have rivals. I mean, even again, like the rewards, in my opinion, it used to be more worth playing. Whereas now, it's just, you know, you've got people that would rather not get promoted because they want their easy games for the objectives than to actually grind up and see where you're at. Like, I used to enjoy, maybe enjoy is a stretch, but I could tolerate and would play Elite Division rivals trying to boost my elo up, you know, to see where I'm at. And like any competitive game, you know, whether it's Rocket League, COD Ranked, any of it, I like to play these modes to try and grind up and see, you know, where I can get to. Whereas there is absolutely no incentive or itch to do that on here. So the modes in general, you know, you got rivals, champs. We go to draft. What a sad story, man. Because on paper, I think this is like one of the modes that has so much potential. You know, you're drafting together a team, picking the players you want, and it's been the same game mode. I don't even know for how long. You guys will have to let me know. It's just not been touched. It's been just left to die. The only update you get for draft, which just should be, you know, a regular thing anyway, is when they'll go and throw icons into the picks, or, you know, the new promo cards will be available in there, and it's just not enough. Like, I don't know whether they'd ever do this or whether you guys would think it'd be a good idea, but can you imagine a mode where it's like Foot Draft Champions, where it's on the weekend again, you have 20 games, and it's through draft. So every 4 games you have to pick a new team, but it's going towards your 20 overall games, and you're basically playing Foot Champs but with a new team every 4 games. Would that not just spice it up a bit? Something new, you know, even if it was for a few months, I feel like people would have something new to play and something to do, because it's been the same stale modes now for as long as I can remember. You know, you've got squad battles literally just there, you know, to get easier packs, and it's not fun. Like, you guys will have to let me know what you think. You got moments here as well, just absolutely, you know, been left there to die. Like, I've never played it because I think the mode in itself very boring. However, I know some people who have, that have said the mode hasn't been touched since the first month of the game. Like, there's been no updated content. It's literally just been left to die, which is insane. But so that's the modes. You've obviously got the SBC content that comes out. You know, this is what people tune in every day for at 6 p.m. And it's very underwhelming, in my opinion. You know, when you eventually do get a top card come out, it's insanely expensive. You have to either load up FIFA points for fodder, or, you know, you've got your entire club, the things you've worked for before, get put back in. And then it basically, you know, down the line, you're going to be incentivized to spend even more money because your club's going to have nothing in it. You're going to have some new player that comes out. But in general, it's just, you know, we get consistently given players that are, you know, worth more on the SBC than you could just go and get a better player tradable, like on the market. Very consistent, but it's that fear of missing out. You know, people see the new content at 6 p.m. and then they feel like they have to do it, and you're sort of stuck in that cycle. And you for some people, you may actually enjoy this because, like I say, there is a percentage of the community that are treating it as like a card collection game, and it sort of makes sense, I guess. If you're one of those, but if you're like me, who, in my opinion, the concept of Ultimate Team is you're supposed to be creating your ultimate team. Like, how many of you? Let me know in the comments. Do you have your ultimate team? And what I mean by that, you want to pick the 11 players, bar nobody else, the 11 that you want playing in your club. I can guarantee almost none of you have it, unless you're doing one where you're collecting just the players from your club. Maybe you're doing an Evo around a certain team in real life, then you will. But if you want to pick out the dream 11 players to build your ultimate team, I guarantee almost none of you will have it. And I think the whole system is so wrong. You may disagree, but for me, even for stuff like Foot Champs, if you're one of the top players in the world and you're hitting the best ranks every week, you should be able to get any card you want because you're hitting the very best. And what that does is it incentivizes people to then want to go and get better at the game, right? And at the minute, there is zero incentive for people to go and improve. And for a game that's trying to promote an esport, that's a very negative path to go down. Because if people don't even care to improve themselves, why are they going to go and watch or want to watch the best players in the world? The interest just isn't there. And that shows in the esport. And that's why myself and a number of other people that were pro players decided to call it a day because it was no longer worth it. Viewership not there. But this is an entirely different issue, the esport. It's in just as bad place as the game, in my opinion, but it's an entirely different issue. And I mean, the ultimate downfall of this game, specifically this year, is the store. And we all know, what's driving that. Every single day, it seems like there's new packs for money. And the way they do it, of course, which from a business perspective is smart. Obviously, coin value here, absolute rip-off. And it is still a rip-off for the points as well, but it makes more sense for the points than the coins, for you to use your points. So this is what is luring people in. You're going to have people, I know there's people spending serious money, every time one of these packs, because it might only be £20-30 at a time, but you don't even realise, long term what you're spending. It really can add up. You will have so many people that over the course of this game will spend absolutely thousands just stacking up on these packs. And, it's whenever there's a promo, whenever there's anything new, or just every day in general, there's some sort of new pack. And we've got to the point where there's even the packs that come out, just to give you fodder more than anything, and loan players for these friendlies, which obviously you get no real value back out of because you're paying for this pack to get a loan player, which you then use in the friendly mode to try and grind for something else. But you're getting no real value back off the pack, just a loan. And I think this year more than anything, gameplay aside, modes aside, everything else, this is probably, in my opinion, the worst section of the game because it really is going down the model of unless you're spending, you can't compete. And that's why, for me, the first month of every year, Ultimate Team is always the most fun because everyone's starting on a level playing field. Like, yes, you have the people that are paying to win, opening a load of packs and stuff. But that first month, grinding up your club through playing, that's when it makes rivals worth playing, because that 100k you might get for that week actually means something. At this point in the game, what's the point in playing, rivals or champs when, for some people they'll just whack £100 on and they can guarantee themselves these promo cards. So that's the route, that the game's gone down. It's definitely forcing you and incentivizing people to spend. For me, I look forward to Team of the Season because that is the one period of the game where you know, you're actually able to play FUT Champions, and you're getting the guaranteed Team of the Season cards in the rewards, and it's incentivizing people to get better. You know, you're playing the competitive mode, you're getting the absolute best rewards. You know, if you hit the top ranks during Team of the Season, you were getting paid out, and that's how it should be all year, in my opinion. I feel like with FUT Champs, people would be so much more engaged if every promo, you know, whatever promo was active that time, if you get a certain rank, you should be guaranteed a promo card. And they'll never do it because it would probably lose them a lot of money. But in terms of, you know, a proper video game where people are looking to improve, actively wanting to play, that is how it has to be. And I don't know how much longer this, you know, whole FIFA point thing is going to last. But I think until that goes, we're sadly not going to see any improvements, but I'd be interested to hear, you know, your guys' thoughts, what you think needs to be done for the game to improve. We've barely even touched on the actual gameplay aspect. We all know, you know, people, the actual gameplay itself, people don't want to get engaged with. It isn't fun, especially this year. It's so slow. You know, you're talking new gen specifically, where it's just like slow animations have taken over. It's not enjoyable to play. So when you factor all this in, you know, unenjoyable gameplay, modes that are outdated, you know, the only way to really do things is to pay for it, creates a very toxic environment, you know, for the player base. But um, let me know if you got this far in the video. I know it was me just rambling, to be honest, but hopefully you somewhat enjoyed it. I appreciate your guys' time. I am nearly at 100k, so if you could subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. Like I say, I do upload videos to help you guys improve. A lot of people that are new will be watching this, so do drop a sub, leave a like, and have a civil discussion in the comments. Nothing crazy. Don't argue with each other. Just say your piece and we can have a civil discussion. But thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, and peace.